Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far as the pros settle into Vanguard. It is certainly not all sunshine and rainbows. Lots of talk the last 24 hours about the issues with the game right now, some serious problems and some GAs that potentially might come into the mix to get this game fixed. Very much intrigued your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hitting the like button is the best thing you could do to help this channel reach more people. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Bottom right hand corner, you know the drill. Firstly, this from Crim. This STG class, I'm pretty sure it's an STG. There's, well, we'll look at some of the classes here in just a second, but there are some like damage rounds that make this gun absolutely absurd. I mean, this kill particularly, I mean, look at this. He kills the guy 2 bullets across the map. It's just completely absurd. There's a lot of real problems right now in this game, I think, in terms of balancing, and maybe SledgeHammer can do a good job fixing this, because of course the pros, like, they're going to find this stuff very quickly indeed. We're barely a day into the game, and already we've got pros that figuring some classes out that make things particularly broken. And this firstly from Blast that came out like 6 hours into the game, when he kind of gets gunned cross map here by a bar, and you can see that actually the bar, as it turns out, doesn't seem to be as yet the actual, well, particularly strong, but whatever attachments this guy had on the bar did completely shred him. Like, he's got the automaton right here, that being Blaz, and apparently that's been one of the go-to ARs, but I mean, this bar just completely maps him in like 1 or 2 bullets or something. It's kind of insane. Like, he killed him with maybe 1 bullet or there or something, I don't really know. It's that's something that maybe will disappear, but GA's certainly the topic of discussion for the day, which I mean, it's just funny how really pros pick up the game within like a few hours, all of a sudden, baby, GAs are in the picture. Let's talk firstly about some of the loadouts going on. So this is what Simp was getting up to. Of course, I'm sure these will continue to change over time, but if you guys are looking for something to use in search and destroy tournaments, because I think maybe change some things around for respawns or like for pubs in general, but this is some of the stuff the pros have been using. So this is Simp's one. If you guys want to like, I don't know, screenshot it or whatever, I'm pretty sure it's fully for you guys on screen. So anyway, this is the type of stuff he's got on his MP40. Maybe this isn't like completely the go-to for, of course, 24 round mags is probably not the ideal for, you know, respawns or pubs or something like that, but it does make you reload quicker in search and destroy. Maybe that's a good idea. There's you know, some perks that he's using right here, some attachments, all that type of good stuff. This is his automaton loadout. I mean, there's just an absurd amount of attachments, honestly. It's going to take quite a while, I think, for pros to figure out what is the go-to. Eventually they will, but still, some things I'm sure will change. There'll be like nerfs and updates and changes over time that are probably going to change the meta just as they did last year. This is what the automaton potentially looks like, but apparently that is well, that's not exactly what Parasite's been using. I do trust Parasite's opinion on the class outs pretty highly. He generally has some good ones. This is auto classes up, replace subsonic with preferred ammo type, and well, let's just talk about preferred ammo type here in a few minutes time, because it's not exactly ideal for competitive right now. Skeletal, stock, and padded are interchangeable, and you use frenzy proficiently if you want to lifesteal after kills, which is kind of the thing that you guys may have run into quite a lot in public matches. It's kind of frustrating. This is then what he's using, so I'll just bring this up on screen if you guys would like to check it out. Take a note, and it will copy Hankey's classes. Probably this is quite a good one, I would imagine. Ammo type, though, is a bit of a question mark. We're certainly going to talk about the damage rounds here in just a couple of seconds. There's also this then, right, from Arcitys. This is what he reckons is the most ridiculous class in the entire game right now. Completely broken, as he says. $2,500 prime, a different tourney. They won this one again with Cellium, aBeZy, and Simp. Ban the class, have fun with the 2 bullets gun, he says. Apparently, this is a 3 bullets kill up close, and at range, it's a 2 bullet kill. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, this is what he's going for. So apparently, like, it's kind of similar stuff in general, but it's down here when we talk about the ammo type where things get kind of interesting, and also the proficiencies and all this type of stuff that you can use as well, because a lot of these tourneys, things aren't probably banned yet, as they might well be in the CDL, or at least the pros are certainly going to try and get them banned, or if they're not banned, just straight up gentlemen's agreement them out of the game. For example, ammo types. The lengthened ammo makes this gun a complete, well, it's completely ridiculous. It kills people so quick, it's absurd. Like, the time to kill already is pretty low in this game, and also on the STG, for example, and some of the ARs are particularly good, but with certain attachments on, this gun is just absurd, and we'll see a clip from it here in just a second. So, I mean, there's some replies here from Priestahh. I'm getting sniped, he says. Like, I'm dying so quick to this thing, it's just ridiculous. It kills in 2 bullets far, 3 bullets close. Arcitys is just like thinking, what even is this weapon right now? And that's the thing, right? If you're SledgeHammer, or if you're, I guess if you're Activision and you tell SledgeHammer, yes, you've got to put 130 attachments in the game, because that's how it's going to work for Warzone, then unfortunately, there are probably going to be some situations where the balance isn't exactly ideal. This, for example, I thought was kind of an interesting reply, right? Things may be kicking off a little bit already between SlasheR and Envoy, right? Los Angeles Guerrillas and Los Angeles Thieves. As SlasheR says, wait, why are we using damage rounds versus each other when we know it's not going to be allowed? Same with auto tac sprint we might talk about tomorrow, because this is OLTs, online tournaments, not the CDLs as Envoy. Like, you know, these are OLTs, like things aren't exactly banned as they are in the CDL, therefore we're going to use whatever. Unlucky pal. I mean, online tournament or not, I'm not putting that stuff on versus other pros out of respect, but I was just asking a question. I'm not here to make the rule set. Carry on with your business. So I thought this is interesting, right? Like SlasheR saying it's effectively disrespectful to use this stuff on your weapon against other pros when you know it's not going to get used anyway. So yeah, certainly very interesting stuff, no doubt, from the SlasheR side. Now, well, this from aBeZy, right? So these damage attachments, he's pretty convinced it's got to go, and as Jack says in reply, immediate GA. It might well be time for the GAs to come out. They probably will, to be honest, before these tourneys come down tonight, or people are just going to keep using them forever. I suppose you can do it too, all of that good stuff. This then, just as I was finishing off preparing the content, this clip came up from Illy on the timeline, and this is the type of stuff that these these damage mags do. Safe to say the damage rounds need to be bad. I mean, look at this here. Like, well, I think this is Tuscan again. He hops up on top of this ladder and kind of peeks out an angle that I suppose he knows to be pretty good with the STG. I imagine a very similar class to what RC is using, and bang bang, 2 shots, takes the guy down. Unlucky, mate. Like, nothing you can do about that one. So yes, damage attachments seemingly are very strong and probably will get banned relatively soon. I'm not really sure by the pro players. The other big question mark of the game right now is, well, the walls, the destructible environments, the doors, all this type of stuff. As Clay says, are we playing at Rainbow Six Siege this year? And as Envoy says, bust through door, open window, break the wood wall, now I'm set up. For example, this clip that he comes out with, like on his stream, he's kind of in his own broken wall, and you can see on decoy here across the other side, get shot through a wall. I'm not really sure how Hamza actually sees him here, or maybe this is like a glitch in the kill cam where he can actually see through there, or he just got some mad aim assist through the wall. I don't know what's going on, but maybe it actually was that, the aim assist through the wall. That would have been pretty reasonable. But anyway, like just some ridiculous stuff going on right now. And that's the thing, is Clay goes, me on every map, like he's just straight up bursting through these walls, as Method says in the reply as well. So I'm not really sure why these are still a thing. I thought, to be honest, they would make it very clear really in these online tournaments and stuff, or that the setting would actually make sense and work, that you can just disable all the destructible environments. Because I don't know, it just kind of makes things a bit stupid. At the same time, there are probably some nice things you can do as a result of it, right? There are some pretty cool angles and spots you can hold, and we'll have a look at one of them in just a couple of seconds here. This from a Tatcher example, 1000 IQ looking through this gap in the wall. Like, I mean, I don't know, like, what do we think about this from a competitive perspective? It's kind of strange. I'm not really sure I like it necessarily, things, but it does take some time to adapt to and get good at. Like, I mean, this is just kind of a ridiculous angle that you can hold that, like, the other guy's gonna have no idea that you're using. It's stuff like this where it's like, okay, we've also got doors back into the game. Like, could we just get rid of them, right? Maybe doors have to stay on certain maps just because maybe the line of sight would be ridiculous otherwise, but it's just, these destructible environments, man, like, it's just stuff like this that makes you think, okay, what direction exactly is Call of Duty going in? It's kind of frustrating to see. The pros, I think, are generally having a pretty good time with the game, but stuff like this is like, okay, maybe we're gonna have to make some significant changes for competitive play this year, as I'm sure they're already getting ready to do. This, for example, from Envoy, these are his early opinions on the matter. Vanguard has been super refreshing and feels great overall. Just can't get over how these maps are super limited competitive-wise because of the doors, breakable walls, unopenable windows. Also, no trophies, question mark. Gotta hope they can change these for us. So, okay, no trophies, that, of course, another topic for probably another day, but we may have actually talked about it a couple of days ago. I can't really remember at this point. There's so much content going on. But, I mean, saying how a lot of these maps are actually maybe quite good on paper, or at least the layout is quite good, but you throw in the doors, the breakable walls, the openable windows, all this type of stuff, and all of a sudden, like, the map doesn't really play too well, like, the flow maybe is lost to some degree, and all the nuance of the map kind of disappears, because things get kind of randomized. I don't know, it's an interesting question. I think for competitive play, there are, of course, understandably, a lot of concerns right now for the pro players, and I think they're kind of summed up quite nicely here in this tweet, really, from Envoy, that kind of describes, yes, the game is actually pretty good, and I had a pretty good time playing it last night, but I think it is certainly limited in the competitive sense at the present time. Lots, I'm sure, to change. This then a complete other deal, which got thrown into the mix last night from True Game Data, finding out that SMGs and then ARs, we'll have a look at here in a second, actually have bloom. So bloom, effectively, if you guys know in Fortnite, this is also the case in even like really top tier FPSs like CSGO, for example. Like, if you fire a bullet, it doesn't necessarily go exactly where your crosshair is. Like, it will, there is some deviation from it. And this has really always been a thing. Like, it's obviously a big thing in Fortnite, but it is also a thing to some degree in CSGO. Like, if you go across the map with an AK, for example, and you shoot that bullet, it doesn't exactly go where you aim. Like, there is some discrepancy there. But anyway, SMGs seem to have a relatively significant degree of what's called bloom, where, like, it doesn't matter where your crosshair is, the bullet doesn't necessarily go there. And, I mean, Sim obviously isn't too happy about it. They also found out that it's pretty similar on the ARs, for example, the STG. Like, at significant range, the bullets do deviate slightly. In reality, like, this is such a small discrepancy that probably it doesn't make too much difference, and it's probably not much bigger than what you see in Counter-Strike anyway. So, that's kind of the reason why I don't really think this is a massive deal, but still, I would just prefer it, honestly, if where I'm aiming, why can't my bullet just go where I aim? Like, can't it be simple like that? I don't know, but apparently it can't be. So anyway, like, there is some sort of bloom effect here in this game, unfortunately, which, I suppose this is what you can even see the packet burst thing come up on the left-hand side here, which seems to come up for everyone right now. Not sure why that exactly happened, twins. But this also some more glitches in the game. Thought this is cool, courtesy of Sparkling Nacho that Chrome puts on the timeline. You can plant through the wall on decoy. This is just some of the entertaining stuff that happens when the game launches. I remember back in the day, for example, like Hijacked in Black Ops 2, like you could contest the hardpoint and stuff through through the wall effectively on I think it was a P3 hardpoint or whatever it was. Maybe it's P4. But as you can see in this one, you can plant straight through the wall and see it from outside. I mean, that'd be absolutely mind-blowing if I'm defending that bomb and it goes down and I don't even see the guy. But I mean, maybe they'll fix this in due course. But just another thing in the game that's like, okay, what exactly is going on right now? Just wanted to finish off with a couple of things. This firstly from CDL stats. Clayster, his tournament earnings being the second highest of all time, just behind Crimsix. Longest teammate being attached that he played for with 26 events, and longest organization 20 events. Major event wins 18, rings 3. Kind of crazy to think about. But I thought it's interesting, really, the replies here to what Zemos points out on the timeline. Like days with attach, 888 Daisy team with attach. Then Arcitys and Priestahh just 41 days short of attach with the twins, and then enable Zoomer, of course, on a similar FaZe clan team, and then Crimsix 579. I wonder if if he teams with Crim for long enough, he can overtake all of these other records. But pretty remarkable to think about. And just to finish off with this, I'm not exactly sure how you get up here on Castle, but there is a way. There's some rock you can hop on, then you can jump to some roof, then you can walk over to this other roof, and I mean, Octane gets a pretty nice V2 rocket from sitting up here, and I guess kind of a cheesy way to do it, but it gets the job done in the end, and calls this in. I'll definitely have to try and give this a go to figure out how I can get up onto this roof. I'm sure some of you guys know about it already, but very much intrigued to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button, tells the YouTube gods this is a good video. Others like you should enjoy it as well, and help grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you for watching as always, take care, and I will see you next time.